Oh, actually, no. No, this is just going to be the first one signature.
Mark? Mir? Nadine? Nathan Arthur Thomas? Hold on. Hold on.
I don't know what the number she said.
Huh?
Yeah.
Noreen Shamas? Salam Isla here? Yeah? Salma Mustafa Muhammad? Sarah Price? That's so cool that they don't make you read the whole name, like, you know. Sharon San... and the other Sharon, and Sharon. Shamperia Shaya, it's not cool, right? Of course, yes. And then Yusuf?
Come back.
Okay. Because do you have the document now? And your full name is? Yes, I have it wrong. So, yeah, so I don't have this nationality, so I don't have your medical insurance. I'm going to take it and then I'm going to discuss it about the name. Okay? Timor? Angela? Wally? Anastasia? So guys, just one more message and I'm going to be going first even.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Book this appointment. Oh, the business people are not here, so they're out?
No, there'll be an exam prep for sure.
Okay. Maybe I'll take it. I'm not just going back.
Guys, did you have class at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Was Juliana there?
No.
Okay, I'll take it with you.
It's with me in the bank this evening.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think she would want to work.
No, that wasn't Juliana. Sorry, of course. I'm confusing her with Ukrainian girl. Yeah. That's very good point. Thank you. So guys, just a very quick message. This appointment thing, book it as soon as possible, okay? Because we are a bit concerned that you might not be able to travel home for Christmas if your registration appointment doesn't happen by the end of November, you know, then we will be under a lot of time pressure then, okay? So it's important that you don't kind of think tomorrow. You do it as soon as possible. Keep on trying during your break, and then keep on trying in the middle of the night. Just make sure that you get this appointment as soon as possible. When you have this appointment, all you need is your passport and your bank statement, and that's sort of document, and you're good to go, okay? When you're booking appointment, it's not really very relevant which one you choose from the drop-down menu. Of course, when it says register for the purpose of, and you should be studying there because it's a student visa that you're applying for, but then that opens the selection of strange courses, and they didn't really get it fixed properly. So, from my experience, if you choose English language, it's the easiest access to the appointment system because there are not as many English language students as some other degrees. So the website kind of tends to be crushing less if you choose the English language course from the drop-down menu, okay? So focus on getting that appointment booked as soon as possible. Who has already booked the appointment? Already. Less than half, right? Really, get on with it, okay? It's very, very important for you. Okay, cool. And a quick question. One quick question.
Yeah.
Yeah?
When will we get the library card?
They are meant to be done today.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes, they're meant to be done today. The person who's doing them is Ian, and he's going to be trying to fill out for them. We'll let you know as soon as they're ready. Okay?
No problem, no problem. Okay, guys, listen up. Listen! Thank you. So, I want you to open up, now look, you disrupt me in maths class as well, and I haven't said anything yet, but it's starting to annoy me now, okay? So please keep in mind that my patience is running thin on this matter, okay? So I want you to open up what would be like Excel. You all should have LibreOffice installed from last time, yeah? So the program is actually called Calc, C-A-L-C. If you have it installed, you can see it like this, LibreOffice Calc for calculator. It's basically the LibreOffice version of Excel. So you should have all of this installed. So can you please open this? Yes?
I haven't got it installed yet.
Why not? Give me a good reason.
I wasn't there, but not in a second.
Give me a good reason.
I can't think of it.
Okay, fine. All these links are on the Moodle ICT page. You can install it now while we're working on this. You told me, and you have it open now. People who don't have a laptop, maybe you can sit beside somebody who does have a laptop, okay? Alright, do we have... Do you all have it open? Any trouble? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so what we're going to do today is look at Tim, please. Do you want to sit beside him to use the laptop? Then go ahead. You have one? Okay, fine. So, what I want to have a look at today is using this program. This program is probably going to be the program you should use for your maths assignment number 1. Okay, so in a few weeks you'll get your maths coursework 1, and you'll need to use a program like this to do the assignment. So I'm going to just run through basic features of how to do things today. So the first thing we'll do is just how to reference a cell. So I hope, you should be able to see that. So I'll just put in some values here, like, okay, so 5. Can you see that okay? Will I make it a bit larger? Or? I think it's okay, is it? Make it a little bit larger. Okay, so we'll just put in some numbers. Just keep them the same as mine, I'll make it easier. So just type in those 3 numbers then. Yeah.
5 plus 3.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, so the first thing I want to show you how to do is how to reference a cell. That is, I want to put in this cell one of these numbers. And the way we do that, we'll just click on the cell. So let's just say this first one here, C, hits in equals. And then if I want this value, I'll type in A1 then.
You can just press on the cell.
Yeah, and you can also do it by clicking as well, but I'll just keep it by typing for today. So if I type in equals A1, I'll get 5 as well. And what's nice about this is that if I was to change this value, it automatically changes as well. Okay, so that's the first basic thing to do. Can you all try and do the same thing? How could something have gone wrong already? What? What? You know what he did wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, you've all done that now, yeah? Yeah. Hey, hold on. Question? No? Okay, so the next thing, now that we've done that, guys, problem? No? Okay, so now that we've done that, we'll look at some basic operations. So let me just copy over this value as well. So I'll just say here A2, and we'll just do how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So for example, here equals, and you can click, plus this one, so that's simple, that's adding.
Yeah, done.
10, and then equals C1 minus C2, for example. So that's straightforward. I'm sure somebody knows what's the multiply symbol.
Yeah.
The star, yeah, so equals C1 star C2, and then the last one for divide, does anyone know that? The forward slash, yeah, equals C1 slash C2. Okay, so please make the same four numbers, okay, just to practice. We'll do more difficult stuff in a moment, we'll just keep it simple at first. Okay, can you do the same? Make the same four numbers, please. Okay, you've all got a chance to do that now? Yeah, done? Okay, good. No problems? I don't think so. Right, so I'll just delete all of this and just go back to the first three, so they're all deleted. So what we'll do now is how to sum a column. So we want to sum up everything in the column. So we'll have equals sum. Well, let me go a bit slower actually. So we'll type in equals and then sum, bracket, and then you list what is the start and what is the end. So we start at A1, so we have A1 here. And then we finish at A3. And what we separate between the A1 and the A3, I don't know if you can see it there, is a colon. So this is saying add up all the numbers from A1 to A3. And you should get 13 then, yeah. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
So that's how you sum up a column. Okay, so can everybody try to do that please? Yes, you got it? No problem? No problems over there? Yeah, it's okay? You have it? Yep, okay. Right, next now. So we'll just look at how to sort the data from, say, smallest to biggest or biggest to smallest. So you can highlight the data like this, and then here there's data and sort, or you can do it automatically, sort ascendant, sort descendant. So if I want to go from small to big, which of the two words?
Ascend.
Yeah, this one, ascend. So this one should now say 3, 4, 6, which it does. And then if I want to go backwards, I can do sort descend with data, and then you can see sort descend. So it should go 6, 4, 3 then. And you might, if you remember your statistics from high school, you might remember some problems in maths where it's important to have the data sorted from smallest value to biggest value. Okay, so can you just sort these please from smallest to biggest, ascending? Yeah. Okay, you all have that? Yeah. Now, what we'll have a look at now is going to start becoming very relevant for your assignment. So one very important thing you need to do in your assignment is have Excel type in and calculate values from formulas. So we need to put in some formulas. So I'm going to clear everything here. Okay, so we have X and Y. If you can just put them up the top. Okay, you have that? So we'll put in some values of X. So we'll start at minus 5, we'll say. Yeah? Do you have that? Yeah. Now, we want to increase by 1. So this is like our first sort of simple formula. You type in equals, and in this case it would be A2 plus 1. So what should happen here is I should get A2 plus 1, which is going to be minus 4. So if I hit equals, I see I get minus 4. Now if I take this and copy and paste it into the next box, it's copying the formula. So what will happen is you'll get the formula copied down, so the thing repeats again. So it won't be minus 4, it'll actually be minus 3, because the formula is being copied, not the value. If you want a quick way to copy the formula down in your table, when you put the mouse on the corner of the cell, it changes into a white cross. Do you see that? You can use that to grab and pull it down, and then the formula gets copied down. So now all of a sudden you have a quick way to make a list of numbers from minus 5 to plus 5. So that's what I want you to do now. I want you to do this to make a list from minus 5 to plus 5. In this case I went to row 12. Yeah.
2, 5.
Yeah, minus 5 to 5. Okay, have you all done that? You got your minus 5 to plus 5. So your Maths Coursework 1 assignment, you'll be making lots of tables like this, so this is really important for it. And what we're going to do now is make a formula, like a quadratic for y. So you don't need to type this in. I'll just write it on, I just want to write on the top to show you. Like for example, well, let's do a linear one first just to keep it easier. So for example, I want y to equal something like 2x plus 1. You don't need to type this in, that's just the title. So, we want a way to calculate 2x plus 1, and if you put together what you know already about how to reference, how to multiply, and how to add, the formula that goes in here will be equals 2, and what's times?
A1.
Star, and in this case it'd be A2, is the first number, and then plus 1. So this should be, what, minus 9?
Yeah.
So this is like the, this is like the x and this is the y, and if I copy this down, I've now made all the y values for those x values. So basically I've made a table of x and y values for this formula. So I want you to try and do that now. Make the same table I have here.
To 11?
Yeah, well, match it up until the 5 on the other table, the other column. Okay, do you have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asking where the star symbol is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shift 8.
No, he got it. He got it. Right. Do we have this table made now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do another one and make this one x squared. So the way to get it squared is by using this symbol. I think on my keyboard it's on the 6 key. It might be the same for you, yeah? So equals minus 5. Now, we should put these in brackets. So what I'll do is, let me just go back. Bracket A2, close bracket, power 2. So what should I get here when I hit enter? Minus 5 squared? 25. Yeah. Copy it down, and now I have all these x squared values here. Okay, try and do the same for this, please. Okay, You have this? Yeah. Yes? Yes? Right, so what we'll do next, listen, I'm going to write down a quadratic, and what I want you to do is make the table for the quadratic I'm going to write down. So I'll just write it down here. Hold on, you don't need to worry about this.
What's that?
Not important. Okay. Can you see this quadratic here? X squared plus x minus 2. What I want you to do is to make the table just like what I did for this formula. Okay? So make the table for this one now. It should only take you like 1 minute. Try and do that, please. Yeah. So you need to type the formula in yourself for this one. It's x squared plus x minus 2. Hey. Do you want me to kick you out? No, you know I don't care. You know I only want English, okay? So I've said it a few times, so the next time I won't correct you, I'll just ask you to leave. You understand? Okay. Yes? I'm going to do it on the board, so we'll see what the answer is now. Yeah, you want to decide them? Yeah. That's okay. Thank you for being so helpful. I know, it's also difficult. Okay, let's have a look at this one now. So, we have, I'll write the formula up here. Y equals x squared, what was it, plus x minus 2. Now you need to use brackets here just like how you do on your calculator. So this equals bracket x squared plus x minus 2. So this is the formula you should have on your program. If I hit enter, I'll get 18, and then I'll copy it down. Okay. So looking at this table, you realize that you can figure out what are the roots of this quadratic. What are the roots here? Let's see, minus 2 and 1, because those values make 0 for the y, and this makes 0 for the y. So now you realize, well, this might actually be useful if we had something like a cubic and we wanted to easily and quickly solve a cubic equation. So I'll give you a cubic now, and then I want you to try using Excel to solve it. Okay, so I want you to try and find one root of this cubic, and you basically can just make the table like you did before and see where you get the 0 value for y. 6x cubed plus 37x squared plus 32x minus 15. one were you looking for?
This one, I just can't see.
Okay, that's it. Okay, do you have that done now?
Not yet.
Yep. Let's have a look at this one now. Y equals 6x cubed plus 37x squared plus 32x minus 15. Let me just make a bit more space. Okay, so this equals 6 times bracket a2 power 3 plus 3 times bracket a2 squared plus 32 times a2 minus 15. So we type in the formula again. 6 a2 cubed plus 3 a2 squared plus 32 a2 minus 15. That's our formula here. Did you get this? Well, let's see if I hit enter, do I get the same answer that you did?
Isn't that 32?
Did I type it down wrong? Let's see. 6, yeah, 3, 32 and 15. Is that right? 37 for which one? The second one? Okay. So like this, yeah. So the first value you get is 0? Yes? Okay. So you can see what is the one solution for this cubic. What's the only value here of x that will make this 0? Minus 5. Yep. So you can see how this could be useful then if you had a math assignment to do. You could use a table like this to help you to solve equations. Yep. Yep. This here, you can see what the solution of the cubic is. You see the y value is 0 and x is minus 5. So minus 5 is the solution. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to make some more space, so can I delete this here? Yeah. Okay. I want to keep everything, I want to delete everything except for the first two. So if you can just delete everything except for the first two. You can, well, if you want to keep it, you can. Just make it to the far right. I'm out of space. But I've just deleted everything. Okay, so next now. I'll just make another column here that divides everything in the last, well, no, you know what? I'll come up with a different formula. Let me delete this as well. Okay, so let's do something like square root. I want to get the square root of these numbers. Now you realize I can't get the square root of what type of number? I can't get the square root of a negative. So what I'll do is if I change this first number to 0, all the numbers underneath should change as well. So if I just put a 0 in here for x and enter, then the rest change as well, because remember the formula is just adding 1 each time. Now I want the square root of each number. So does anybody know, or does anyone think they might know what a formula or function for square root might be? You could do it as power a half, that's right. And there's a built-in function as well. I think it's SQRT. SQRT bracket A2 close bracket. And this should be, well, what should the first one be? 0. And then it should be 1 underneath, and then 1.4141 for the next one, and so on. So if you can please make this, because what I want to do next is how to round off numbers, rounding up or rounding down. So if you can make this table now, please. Square root numbers from 0 to 10. Okay, do you have that list? Square root numbers? 0 to 10? Yeah? Yes?
It's like, is there any way we could revise it at home?
This is being recorded. Yes. Okay, do you have this? Guys, do you have this? Yep. So what we'll do now is we'll want to round the numbers off. So let's round the numbers off to 2 decimal places. So I'll make a new column and I'll just call it or for round. And no guess here, or no prizes for guessing what the function might be called. The function is called round, bracket. Now, the round function takes 2 parts. Firstly, the number, and then secondly, how many decimal places. So I said 2 decimal places. So we have bracket A2, comma, and then how many decimal places we want. So 2 decimal places is what I want. Close. So the first answer should still be 0, and the second answer should still be 1. What should the next answer be? 1.41. So let's see what we get. And copy this down. Oh, so sorry. Thank you. Should be a B. I'm just rounding off these numbers, which is ridiculous. B, thank you, and copy that down. There we go. So here's the formula here. Did you get that? Okay, do we have this? Yes? Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is a little bit more features with the formula function. Okay, can I remove this now? Do you have this? Yeah. So I'm going to keep my x and y, well, sorry, I'm going to remove my formulas, so just delete those. So here I'm just going to write m, and here I'm going to write c, and I'll just call this 2 and I'll call this 3. So my formula is going to be mx plus c. So let's type that in. So equals, so what should I have first if I want my m? d2, yeah, so d2 times, and my x, a2, and my c, E2, and I get this here. Now, there's going to be a problem if I try to copy this down. It doesn't work, and I wonder if anybody might think they might know a reason why it's not working here. Yeah, so like what's going wrong in this formula?
What's wrong with it?
You see when I copy the formula down, it's not working. I just get 0.
Bracket
Equals,
Not brackets, no?
equals,
They've got it. The reason this is not working is because when you copy the formula down, it moves down. Well, look here, look. What is the value for m? It's in D2, isn't it? And when you copy it down, look at the next formula, what has it become? D3. Now, is there D3? No. You want to keep using these two as you move it down. So in other words, in your formula, do you want D2 to change? No, you want D2 to stay D2. Do you want A2 to change? Yeah, you want A2 to move down, A3, A4, A5. And what about E2? Do you want that to change or stay the same? Same. So when you have constants in your formula, so I'll say that again, when you have constants in your formula, the way you tell Excel that it's a constant, watch carefully, you put a $ in front of the D and in front of the 2. And here put a $ in front of the E and in front of the 2. This is telling Excel that these are constants and you shouldn't change them. If I hit enter and copy now, it works. But what's nice is I can change my formula. For example, if I make the m minus 2, what happens to my line? It's going down, so should these values get bigger or smaller? They should get smaller, so watch this now. If I put in minus 2, then it starts going down. So this lets you change your formula and see the result of what happens. Okay, so I'll keep it up here, if you can see it. You put $ in front of the letter and the number when you want to fix it. Okay, so I want you to try and make this table as well, please. Let me just move this over here a bit more for you. Sorry, it's gone too far. Yeah. That's the formula. Okay, were you able to do this? Yeah? Yeah. What can't you see?
Yeah.
Get your glasses.
That's true.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, have you got this done? Yep. Yep. Okay, so next we'll do example. Yeah, okay. So the last thing I want to show you, which you might find useful as a tool in Excel, is something called the if function. So for example, let me just change these a little bit. Can you put in the same values, please? M is -2 and C is 9. So if you look at your graph, here you have positive Y, positive, 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 and then here it goes negative. So maybe I'd like a little message here that says when it's positive and when it's negative. So it should do something if it's positive and do something if it's negative. I'll show you what I mean with an example. So if I type in equals and then the if function, bracket. Okay, so I would like a little function that says a message when it's negative, like now I'm negative or something like this. So first you type in the condition. In this case we want to know when will y, so that's B2, be less than 0. So this is what we're looking for, B2 to be less than 0, comma. Then, what do we want to happen when it is less than 0? So I'd like a little message that says, so I'll put it in quotation marks, I am negative, quotation mark, and then you have to have one more entry into your formula, so comma again, and then what do you want to do if this is not true? So if it's not negative, well, I'd like a message that says, I am not negative, quotation mark, and close. So the if formula has 3 parts to it. The first part is what you want, the condition. The second part is what you want to happen if it's true. And then the last part is what you want to happen if it's not true. So, if my B is negative, I want this message, I am negative. Otherwise, give me this message, I am not negative. Can you follow that? So you have if, the condition, what you want to happen if it's true, what you want to happen if it's false. So if I hit enter, what should I get? I am not negative. If I copy this down, you can see that the message changes here when I get what I want, which is B is less than -1. Yes? So again, this is useful if you have a lot of information and you're trying to see or trying to find certain things that happen. For example, if I feel like this is too much information, what I can do is this message, I am not negative, I can just leave it blank. Blank. So now it's a little less to look at. So this message will be, I am negative if it's negative, and if it's not, it'll just be blank. So if you had a big list of data and you're trying to find where are the negative values, this is one way you could do it. Okay? Or sometimes in maths, you know the way you might have 2 answers, a positive and a negative, and sometimes for the situation you can't use the negative answer. So you might have a message that says, reject this answer. So for example, if these are answers, I could have something like reject if it's negative, and then accept if it's positive. You see that? Yeah? Okay. So what we'll do is, I think there's still one more lesson for Excel. This is kind of just or for this program, this is kind of just basic features, okay? We'll need to do other things, like for example, how to make graphs, things like this. In your assignment you'll need to make graphs as well, okay? Now just before you go, I think there's only Juliana and Bahar that's missing, is it? Yeah, we don't know. Well, we don't know. Okay, fine, we don't know. All right, we'll leave it there. So, and please, everybody, please remember to bring your laptop next time or battery charger. You'll have this again in 2 weeks then. So next week is exam prep then.